One snowy day. Winter had come to the island of Sodor. Lots of snow had fallen and everywhere was like a big white sheet. The engines had to work hard to clear the snow from the tracks. Even Terence the tractor had a hard job on the roads. At the sheds, the engines were all waiting to go to work. Their drivers had lit their fires and were soon making steam. "Oh, the snow makes Sodor look magical," smiled Billy.
"Magical?"
snorted James.
"Snow is nothing but trouble."
"But it's a good job we're all going to wear snow blues," said Donald. "At least we'll be safe." "Pah," huffed Hank. "Snow is nothing to worry about. It's very easy to push out of the way." "Don't be so sure," said Douglas. "Snow is tricky to clear and it can cause trouble for us engines." The fat controller arrived. He had a scarf wrapped around his neck.
"Donald and Douglas, I need you two to clear all the tracks today," he said. "So you are to be fitted with snowplows and you must take the works coach with you."
"Yes, sir," said the twins together.
"We'll go right away, sir."
"Can I help, please, sir?" asked Billy excitedly. "I can deliver coal to the stations they pass through."
"Sorry, Billy, but I need you on the branch lines," smiled the fat controller. "You need to help Harvey repair some broken tracks."
"Yes, sir," sighed Billy.
"James, you will deliver the coal to the stations on the main line," added the fat controller.
"Thank you, sir,"
whistled James happily. Donald and Douglas whistled goodbye to the engines and set off to get their snowplows fitted. They went to the yards first to collect the works coach. The drivers coupled them up to each end and very carefully puffed out of the yards. They soon arrived at the work shed, where the workmen were waiting for them. "We're ready to have our snowplows fitted," smiled Donald. "Then let's get to work," said the workman. While the workmen went to work, Hank puffed into the work shed. Hank had to have his wheels oiled and his axles greased. Hank was very excited. "I am to deliver a goods train to the harbour," he said. "You be careful," said Douglas. "The tracks will be very slippery, and you must be careful when you come to a blocked track." "Nonsense," scoffed Hank. "If I saw an avalanche on the tracks, I'd just push it aside." "You couldn't if you tried," huffed Donald. "All ready," said his driver. "Come on, let's go clear the tracks." The workmen climbed on board and the twins, full of steam, set off for the snowy tracks. Hank thought Donald and Douglas were full of too much puff. "Silly engines," he said to himself. "Snow is no problem for me." Soon, Donald and Douglas were busy clearing the tracks. The tracks were piled with snow, and this made the twins work very hard. Push harder, called Donald. I'm pushing, replied Douglas. "Steady, boys," called Donald's driver. "We need to make sure our coal lasts us for a while." The twins knew he had a point, but they puffed on. Then Donald saw Henry up ahead. He was stuck in the siding, and his snowplow couldn't push the big pile of snow out of the way. This made Donald worried. "Stop, Dougie," he whistled. So the drivers carefully applied their brakes and slowly came to a stop. "What's the matter?" asked Donald. "I can't get through," puffed Henry, "and I have a train to deliver to the docks. But how can I get there now?" Then Douglas had an idea. "If we cleared the lanes in front," he explained, "Henry can follow us and we can help him get to the docks." The drivers and firemen all spoke to each other and they agreed. So while Henry's driver and fireman cleared what they could, the twins got ready to clear Henry's snowdrift. "Go!" whistled Henry. Donald and Douglas puffed back and with a slush, the snow was soon cleared from the tracks. Henry was very pleased. "Now then," smiled Donald, "off to the docks." So the twins set off first out of the siding and Henry followed on behind. twins worked hard to clear the tracks. The snow was getting thicker as they puffed along. The drivers kept an eye on the fires and also checked how much coal they had. "You're doing well," said Douglas the driver. "Keep it up." They pushed and pushed and pushed as hard as they could. Donald's face went red and Douglas's face went red too. It wasn't long until they reached the docks. They passed the passenger ship and rounded the bend, where Cranky the crane was waiting. They stopped beside Cranky. Henry was delighted. "Thank you," he smiled. "You two did a wonderful job helping me there."
Well done, me hearties, tooted Salty. Now the cargo can be loaded onto the ships.
Donald and Douglas felt very proud of themselves. "We'd better get going," said Donald. "We've got tracks to clear." "Right you are, Donald," agreed Douglas. So they whistled goodbye and set off to clear more tracks. Henry watched and whistled goodbye as they puffed away. Meanwhile, Hank was puffing along the line, feeling proud of himself. His cowcatcher pushed and shoved the snow out of the way, but his driver was still with him.
Steady, Hank, he called. The tracks may be getting cleared, but they will still be slippery.
"Nonsense," scoffed Hank. "I'm not afraid of a slippery track."
You've been warned, said the fireman. Just be careful.
But Hank didn't listen. He thought nothing was going to stop him. "Snow is easy to push," he thought to himself. "Donald and Douglas don't know snow as much as I do." Hank pushed and puffed his way through the snow as he rounded the bend. Then Hank saw a big pile of snow in front of him. This was the place where Thomas and the Christmas tree were buried. Hank looked and saw that the tracks were buried high in snow. His driver and fireman were worried. "We can't chance it," he said. "We'll have to get help." "Pooh," retorted Hank. "That is no trouble for me. I'll just push it aside." But Hank's driver wasn't going to argue. He was sure Hank wasn't going to listen. So he opened the regulator and they puffed forward. "Watch out, snow," called Hank. Hank charged forward and hit the snowdrift with a thud. "Father," said Hank, "I'll try again." But before he could, there was a loud rumbling sound. Suddenly the driver shouted, "Avalanche!" Sure enough, snow fell from the hill and poured down all over Hank. The driver and fireman had gotten clear. When the dust cleared, they saw Hank was buried in snow, right up to his cab. "Now I'll have to go and get help," said the driver. Donald and Douglas were chuffing along the main track towards the countryside. They had filled up on coal and water and were soon busy pushing more snow out of the way. Then Donald's driver saw Hank's driver waving at them. The driver put a hand on the brakes. "Stop!" he called. "Something must be wrong!" Donald and Douglas carefully came to a stop and Hank's driver climbed into the cab. "Hank's stuck in a snowdrift," he said. "I need help to get him out." "Of course we'll help," said the driver. So the engine set off, laughing. They couldn't wait to see Hank. When they arrived, they saw Hank buried in the snow. Donald couldn't help but laugh. "I thought you knew how to clear snow," he chuckled. "We thought you would just push snowdrifts aside," sniggered Douglas. "Humph," groaned Hank. The workmen went to work. It took a long time to clear the snowdrifts. Donald and Douglas helped to clear the tracks as much as they could. After a long time, the drift was cleared and Hank was free. Then James and Billy arrived with trucks of coal. They were puzzled by what happened. Donald and Douglas explained the situation. "I thought snow was nothing to worry about," laughed Billy. Hank didn't say a word, but he felt very silly.
I guess this is one snowy day you won't forget in a hurry,
chuckled James. "I suggest you'll leave clearing the tracks to us in future," said Donald. "Serves you getting cold buffers," agreed Douglas. Everyone laughed, and Hank felt so embarrassed the steam wheezed weakly from his wheels.